Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Julia Weisz. I'm one of the rabbis here at Congregation Orami. In our Torah portion this Shabbat, Vayikachel Pikudei, there are two important physical structures within the Israelite camp. The first is the tent of meeting that Moses erected in the camp as a meeting place for God and Moses. And the second is the tabernacle, which was constructed by the Israelites following a myriad of detailed instructions for the construction. The tabernacle was a portable dwelling place for God that the Israelites could take with them on their Exodus journey. When Moses and the Israelites finished building, a cloud covered the tent of meeting, and God's presence filled the tabernacle. Moses could not enter the tent of meeting because the cloud had settled upon the tent of meeting and it filled the tabernacle. The cloud was a symbol, a sign to inform the Israelites when they could travel. Whenever the cloud lifted from the tabernacle, the Israelites would set out on their various journeys. But if the cloud did not lift, they were to stay put. The cloud rested over the tabernacle by day, and a fire would appear in it by night. The Torah commentary Eitz Chaim likens these two structures, the tent of meeting and the tabernacle, to two types of God encounters that we experience in our lives: the intense and the constant, ever-present. The tent of meeting and the tabernacle were two embodiments of holiness. The moments of intensity symbolized by the tent of meeting, a place where God would sometimes meet with Moses, and the ever-present divine encounters in the tabernacle, a dwelling place for God. Many of us are familiar with the first of these encounters, the intense and transformative experiences of God, like a visit to the Grand Canyon, engaging in a deep conversation with someone, watching our child become a bar or bat mitzvah, on our wedding day, engaging in tikkun olam, or escaping from a dangerous situation. These moments are important and even vital to keeping our faith alive. But these intense experiences are intermittent and may not sustain our connection with God. And so how can we cultivate this ever-present divine encounters? Prayer is a pathway to communicating and connecting with God. Prayer is a concept that so many of us, including myself, struggle with: how to pray, when to pray, remembering to pray. But as Rabbi Mike Commons says in Making Prayer Real, our prayer life can change only when we take ownership of it. So then, how do we own prayer? Think about this image. You see someone pulling a boat to shore. If you are unfamiliar with the mechanics and motions of boats, you might think that he was pulling the shore to the boat. And explains Rabbi David Wolpe, that's what prayer is like. You think that you're pulling God to you, but in fact, in prayer, you may be pulling yourself to God. Pulling yourself to God. Sounds pretty complicated. But prayer is a spiritual practice, and it takes patience and determination and faith in this practice. Praying needs openness, flexibility, and vulnerability. It may not be about having a certain direction or a specific purpose when praying. The Nisim B'chol Yom, or miracles for every day, is a prayer that is traditionally said every morning. This prayer is a series of 14 blessings expressing gratitude towards God for everyday living. So I want you to look over the blessings yourself. And I want you to ask just a question, one of these sets of questions, okay, as you're reading them. Which one of them resonates with you today in particular? Or which blessing are you in need of today? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Borei peri hagafen.